So if you guys have wanted to learn more about me, besides my gushing over random books, this will be the video for you. Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather, and this is the Happenings with H.A.P. H.A.P. meaning my initials. I don't know what that was. We are continuing with the birthday month content, and I wanted to do something a little different that wasn't based in books or movies or TV. I wanted to do like a little random facts about me because I never actually did one of these really. The BookTube newbie tag was kind of that, but even still that was based around books. And I figured I've been doing this now for 6 months, almost 7 months. It's been a long day and it's only 12:42 p.m. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I figured that I would do a video of random facts about me, and it's going to be 35 random facts about me because I turned 35 today as I'm filming. I am doing a whole bunch of batch filming on my actual birthday because the weather right now in New York City is apparently it might snow. So there's that. Happy birthday to me. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're new and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave me a comment, give me a like, hit the notification bell if you want to know when more videos are going live. That's enough shilling for right now. I'm going to try to rapid fire these as quick as possible. Otherwise, this video would take forever and I will elaborate where I need to. So let's get into the video. I was born and raised in Pennsylvania. I've lived in New York City for 12 years. I was accepted to 11 colleges and universities in my entire life of trying to apply for different programs at different schools. When I was a kid, my dream job was to animate for Disney, but I gave that up because A, I wasn't as good as you really need to be to do that, and B, I grew up with 2D animation and I still didn't understand computers at that time because we didn't own one, so I didn't think I could do the whole computer animation thing that was starting to happen as I was getting older, so I kind of gave up on that dream. But yeah, I still like to draw in my spare time. When I first went to college, I actually went to college for a creative writing degree. I have never left the country and I do not own a passport. Not necessarily by choice, but more of trying to be financially responsible and failing very badly at it. I've had 3 beloved dogs throughout my life. Rush, a yellow Labrador, Xander, a chocolate Labrador, and my current little mutt and baby boy, Theo. I am an only child. I actually can sing and originally was attempting to go to college/university for musical theater. I do not currently have a driver's license, though when I was 16, I did take the test and failed because I couldn't parallel park. But I have driven before, and in case of an emergency, I could in theory drive again, just not legally. When I was 14 years old, I actually read a book about marbles tournament and decided that I wanted to be in a marbles tournament, and I was for the city, and I won for the girls in my city. I will insert a picture of the newspaper for it. And I actually went to the county championships, but unfortunately lost. But it is the only sports trophy that I currently have, and you can take with that what you will, but it is a very, very specific achievement. When I was 15 or 16, I can't remember, I got to the last round of going to the Pennsylvania Governor's School in order to go for creative writing. So I had to go to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania's capital, and do some like in-person writing there. I didn't end up getting in, but it kind of gave me validation of the fact that, oh yeah, I'm not actually a shitty writer. But my biggest sadness with that is the piece of the larger work that I was working on that I sent in, I absolutely adored, and I have no idea what happened to it. I actually do have the majority of my writings from like my high school period, but I do not have that, and I was so proud of that, and it makes me so sad that I do not have that piece because I remember really loving it, and it's a really shame I don't have it anymore, so yeah. As I said, I've had 3 dogs throughout my life and I love animals. I had a roommate that had cats and a dog, but I'm actually very much allergic and I have to take Zyrtec once a day as well as do some Flonase, and I also have an inhaler because the allergy actually can cause asthma if left untreated in me. I'm totally allergic to my dog Theo, but he still sleeps in my bed anyway. You do what you gotta do for ones you love. When I was in high school, I wrote fan fiction on fanfiction.net, and this was back in the day before it changed the rating system and you could have some crazy shit on there. The primary fanfiction that I wrote in during my high school into early college years was Linkin Park fanfiction and Phantom of the Opera fanfictions. Though some of those stories are still up there. I'm not going to tell anyone what my username was, but for those that know, they're still there. And I still get reviews randomly too, which is very interesting. But yeah, they're still up there. They're still posted. Speaking of writing, I have a vampire novel that I've been literally working on and off for, I don't know, 15 years. I'll have ideas for it and I write them down. I want to say last year I wrote a lot for it. I have a whole Pinterest board for it. Like I have all this stuff. It's very daunting to write and I'll like go through phases, but it is something that I would love to publish if I ever actually wrote all of it. I still don't know where it's going. And there's only like one person that has really actually read a lot of it, and that is someone who I will be talking about in a few questions actually. It's very much kind of a secret. Not many people know about it, but it is something I've been working on for a really long time, and maybe one day I'll actually write it and publish it. At least publish it like on Amazon or something. If they can publish like snowman smut porn stuff, they can publish my stuff, so whatever. I was actually a virgin until I was 24 years old, and not just like early 24 years old, 24 years old and 11 months. And I lost it to who ended up being my first boyfriend. So I can cry at the drop of a hat for like during shows or like movies or something like that. But for like real life things, it's really hard for me to do. I don't know what kind of mental block I have, but I definitely don't cry as easily as I do watching movies. I guess it's just kind of a defense mechanism. So like when I'm watching certain things or reading things or seeing a musical or something like that, like I can just let it go. So it's like cathartic release for me. I think that's probably what it is. But yeah, I really don't show that kind of emotion in real life very often. My favorite musical of all time is The Phantom of the Opera. Part of that is also because it was the first Broadway show I ever saw, and I saw that on a high school trip to New York City. And then that was actually the trip that cemented that I wanted to move here, and I ended up moving here. So 4 years later, so that's pretty cool. I'm actually still friends with one of my best friends who I've known since the 4th grade. She lives in California. Her name is Jen, and she's actually the one I was referencing earlier about the novel that I've written that she knows about. She actually also helps me with my channel of just like being my little cheerleader, and I really love her and appreciate her so much. And I wish that she lived closer. We've known each other for 20 years, which is a really long time. But yeah, we've known each other since we were like 9 or 10. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. I actually suffer from depression and social anxiety, but mostly depression. And it is something that's really hard to deal with. Thankfully not had an episode in a while, but it is something I struggle with and something I always have to be aware of. Just know you're not alone. And yes, I'm pretty happy on my channel, but you know, I'm not always like a woohoo happy person 24/7 for sure. So please don't think that, and don't think that you're less than because you might not feel happy all the time. In the last year and a half, I've actually lost about 30 pounds from my highest weight. I actually do want to do a video on my fitness and weight loss journey over the years. So if you're interested in that video, leave a comment down below because it is something I'd like to talk about. My favorite Disney princess is Belle. When I was a child, I looked more like Ariel because I had the red hair, and I do love mermaids, but a lot of people always thought that Ariel is my favorite Disney princess, but it is actually Belle because I always related to her more, and I like that she was very sarcastic and liked to read. You know, yeah. So I said earlier that I was a singer, and actually when I was in high school and early college age, I actually was able to sing for the most part, except the high E, the part of Christine in Phantom of the Opera. I have since lost that range drastically because I am so vocally out of shape. I'm now much more of like a mezzo alto, but I did used to be able to sing that back in the day, and I miss being able to do it. But That's what happens when you get older. My favorite band of all time is the Beatles. For my first acting gig out of college that was paid, it was a student film, and I actually had to be nude in it. It was not porn or a sex scene. It was done very professionally. I will actually link my acting YouTube channel down below so you guys can see my work if you're interested. It was a very strange, like science fiction-y, Twilight Zone-y type of weird like student film. My biggest celebrity crushes back in the day were Justin Timberlake and Leonardo DiCaprio. And if my mom was watching this, she can attest my entire room was covered with posters and magazine clippings of both of them because I was obsessed. Another fun little juicy fact is that I had a fling with a Tony nominee, and yeah, we still chat occasionally. Definitely fun time, and he's definitely a cool guy. I do not like to watch sports except for artistic gymnastics. And I don't just watch artistic gymnastics during the Olympics. I will watch the cups and the championships and anything I can basically watch. I typically only watch elite gymnastics and not college gymnastics because elite gymnastics is harder and I just find it a bit more entertaining than college. Something I really love to watch, and the only thing I watch that is sports related for sure. I consider myself a Hufflepuff, but as I'm getting older, I'm really seeing that I am definitely also like a Ravenclaw. So like I'm very much a Huffleclaw, but the Ravenclaw keeps really coming out more and more as I'm getting older, and I just find that very interesting. I am currently single, and by single, I mean single. It's really hard out there, especially with COVID. Yeah, I thought 2020, like everyone else, could be my year, and it was not. So super duper single, but at least it lets me read a lot of books. Yeah. One of my friends and acting classmates in college was actually a star on Katie Keene on the CW. So happy for him and his success. So it's really cool to just see former friends and classmates, you know, really being successful in the field that we all tried to be in. But yeah, so it's a really fun fact, I think. And he's like a sweetheart. I am very much a super introvert. I really value my alone time, and as I've gotten older, and especially after I've got Theo, I really need to plan my outings. I used to be way more spontaneous, but now I'm just like, if I'm already home and chilling, I don't want to go anywhere unless it was actually planned out, and even then I have to like recharge myself enough to go. Though I love my friends and I love hanging out with them a lot. Like I miss all my friends. I'm so sad that I can't hang out with them more often, but it's physically a lot for me, and I don't like how much more of an introvert I'm becoming, especially since this lockdown, because I'm not gonna lie, the quarantine didn't bother me that much. I may be in my 30s, but I still don't feel like I have my life together. I'm still trying to get my finances together. I'm trying to create a better life for myself. But career-wise, I don't feel like I'm going much of anywhere, and it's kind of disheartening. But I guess I'm saying this because if I have younger viewers at all, please don't think by the time you're 30 or by the time you're 25 or whatever that you're going to have everything in your life together. Some people do, some people don't, but you should just do it on your own time schedule. And as I'm getting older, I'm kind of learning that, but it's really hard to try to disassociate and push back that critique of like the young successful people because our society values youth so much and youthful achievements so much. But you're not going to always have it together, and you shouldn't feel like you're the only person that feels that way. It's pretty much what I'm saying. I'm 35 and I don't really have my life that together, as much as it may seem I might. I can eat ice cream any time of the year. I have ice cream in my freezer now. I have 4 pints of different flavors, and I'm definitely gonna have some today, even though it is cold out and rainy and possibly going to snow. I don't care. I love ice cream. It's my favorite dessert, hands down. And lastly, I figured I'd leave off on something kind of funny because I find it funny. And this again goes back to my dating type of life. And I will say, if any of these dating things interest you, leave a comment down below. I'd be happy to do a video of my dating experiences in New York because I've had some wild dating experiences. When I lost my virginity, I actually lost it to the Star Trek movie. And it was the 2008 Star Trek movie. I feel like I'm one of the few people that can probably say that. And I say it with pride because I doubt many people outside of maybe Trekkies have lost their virginity while watching Star Trek. So basically anything can happen if you set your mind to it. I don't know, but it's pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. And that's 35. That's it. I hope you guys had fun learning a bit about me with some of these weird facts. I tried to throw in a bunch of funny things that I think you should know about me. Also some more serious things that I'd be happy, like I said, if any of these things sound interesting and you want a longer video explaining it, let me know down below. I wouldn't mind doing some fun about me type of things if story times or whatever interest you. But I hope you guys enjoyed learning about me and my weird life. It was a lot of fun and a little bit embarrassing, but I own my embarrassment at this point in my life. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video as always, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.